Good morning, everybody, and welcome back for your weekly energy forecast and oracle reading. Sorry it's a day late. Yesterday was busy. Sure. Okay, so let's tune into the energy this week and let's see what comes up for us. So let's see what weather we have in the beginning of this week. What energetic weather do we have? We have, excuse me, the Eight of Pentacles. If you look at this lady, she's very, very busy. She's working very hard. She's very committed to the task at hand. Now, as I tune into the energy of this for us as a collective, I'm hearing Spirit ask us, what are you busy with? What they mean by this is like, are you channeling your energy correctly? Are you busy and not getting anywhere? Are you focusing too much energy on certain things and not enough energy on other things? That's the question we want to be asking ourselves. And also I'm hearing, can we also just bring calm and balance? So instead of being go, busy, hectic, can we breathe somewhere? Can we bring a bit of quiet? Can we bring balance to the tasks at hand that we do on the daily, right? So being committed to a task is one thing, but over-committing to certain things that are not yielding a benefit is another thing. I'm hearing my guides say, let's ask ourselves, where are we wasting our time? What is consuming too much of our time unnecessarily? Is it too much social media? Is it too much channeling energy in directions that are just not serving us, for example? Okay, so we're needing to ask ourselves, where are we using our energy in the beginning of this week? What are we committing to? And are we committing to things that serve our highest purpose, that are serving our goals, or are we just wasting our energy? Okay, but also at the same time, bringing balance to, I'm hearing grounding, relaxation, connecting with nature, being outdoors is very helpful, clears our energy. Interesting. Okay. Let's get some further elaboration now from the wisdom of the oracle for the beginning of this week. Chop wood. You can't make this up. Okay, so this is the old adage, chop wood, carry water. So even if you feel like you're not getting anywhere or you're not getting the results that you'd like fast enough, just chop wood and carry water as you go. As that saying goes, before enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood and carry water, right? So be practical, I'm hearing. Be grounded in your approach. Be grounded in what's working and what's not working. Okay. Let's get some further guidance from the angels and the ancestors for all of us for the beginning of this week. Intend and create. The High Priest. What are you creating? Okay, they're saying it's also time to maybe reassess our goals. Our dreams, our plans for the future, our goals. Maybe it's time to reassess some of those things. Because maybe what we thought we wanted and what we started working so hard towards a year ago or 6 months ago or whatever, maybe we've been so focused in front of us that we've lost sight of the bigger picture. And maybe some of us have lost sight of the bigger picture. And now we're like, well, I'm exhausted, but I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. Now that means that it's time to reassess. That situation, that goal, that thing that you wanted all along, is it still the same thing? Or have you realized that you want more for yourself? Right? Time to reassess some goals here, okay? And then you might be like, oh, actually, I thought I wanted this, but actually no, I want more than that because now I know my worth, I know my value. So now I'm going to start chopping wood and carrying water in that direction. I'm going to commit to that direction instead now because I've realized I want and deserve more. And be intentional with what you want. Excuse me, because the universe responds always to our intention. So intention is like having a goal that we direct our arrow at. It's all about intention. What are you intending here? And is that intention in alignment with what feels good and right for you? Does it bring you joy, right? Okay, very interesting start. Okay, let's see what is here for us now for the middle of the week, for Wednesday and Thursday. Let's see, what energy are we dealing with Wednesday and Thursday? We have justice, and it's come up upright. So this card means fairness and balance in all things. I also hear the word karma, karmic reward. Yeah, karmic reward, justice prevailing, okay? What I'm also getting with this is if you are experiencing anything legal or dealing with anything contractually in the middle of this week, it's likely that it will go in your favor if your intentions are good, if your intentions are pure, and if your intentions are for the highest good of all, okay? You'll have justice on your side, okay? And it's also just about fairness and balance in the middle of this week. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's some Libra energy going along somewhere. Okay, let's get some further elaboration from the wisdom of the oracle for us for the middle of the week. Orphaned. Let's tune into this. Orphaned is about feeling left out, feeling rejected, feeling like you've been, okay, I just heard here with this, in the middle of the week, as some karmic slates are cleared. This is also to do with karmic contracts, okay? So as we head into the middle of the week, if we are finding ourselves realizing, okay, that relationship I was in, that friendship I was in, that relationship I had with a family member, whatever, if it's just not gelling, like you guys are just, no matter how hard you try, no matter what happens, it's just not gelling, then it'll end a natural death, or you'll choose to let it go, okay? And that can leave us with a feeling of, oh, now I feel alone, now I feel orphaned, now I feel like I've got no one, okay? But Spirit is saying, remember, everything is energy, and things either resonate or they don't, okay? And as we grow and expand and we increase our energetic vibration, our frequency, as we know, like attracts like, frequencies that they either align, and if they're not in alignment, yes, we can take steps to heal ourselves and heal certain relationships and bring things to the same frequency again. But if we can't, then it's like trying to mix oil and water. There are two different densities. So if you're finding yourself releasing relationships, or the relationships naturally end on their own, ride this emotion out, because I feel like karma is prevailing in the middle of the week, and karma is the ultimate balancer, okay? Interesting. Okay, let's get some further wisdom from the angels and the ancestors for us for the middle of the week. Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. Yeah, okay, when I tune into this, as we choose to let go of what no longer serves, this has been a theme for a very long time. It seems to come up every week now, okay? Because they're reminding us it's a process. It's not an overnight thing. So as we choose to let go, surrender, and release what doesn't serve, our vibration rises. And as our vibration, our frequency rises, we meet all the good stuff of a high frequency and a high vibration, and this happens. Okay, I'm also hearing this week we're going to be working with a lot of stories. We're going to be releasing a lot of old stories, the victim tales that we've been living according to. Okay, and with this, I'm hearing Spirit say, are you still the same person? In other words, if you were to meet a new person today, what is the story that you tell? Okay, is the story that you tell, well, you know, I was abused and I have such a hard life, and I'm not victim shaming, please understand, okay, there's a line here, okay? Every single human being has a story that has shaped them into who they are now. Whether they were victims of something horrific, whether they lost a business, whether, it doesn't matter what the story is. When you meet somebody new, what are you saying? Okay? What are you saying how hard done by you are, and life is awful, and this happened to you, and that happened to you, and that happened to you, and then you live that story in going forward? Because remember that our stories dictate our reality. Because remember, our stories are like programs, okay? It's like a computer program, and that program says, well, you know, you're an orphan, and because, you know, this happened to you, and nobody loves you, and everybody hates you, and you will behave accordingly, which means you will continue to attract people, situations, and relationships to prove that belief correct. That's just how energy works. It's metaphysics, okay? It's how it works. So yes, if you are going through something incredibly difficult, please let yourself feel so that you can heal. Seek out support, see a therapist, go for healing, do whatever you have to do to shift and to heal the wound so that you can alchemize the wound into power. Okay? That is alchemy. That's taking base metal and turning it into gold, right? Take your wounding, take your pain, take your suffering, and alchemize it and say, right, yes, this and this happened to me. Now, what am I making it mean? Am I making it mean that the rest of my life is going to be the same because nobody loves me and I'm powerless to do anything to make my life better? Or am I going to alchemize this and say, yes, you know, this and that happened to me, it was absolutely awful, but now I'm choosing to heal, and I'm going to make this wound that I had support me in some way, because in some way or form it's teaching us compassion, and it's teaching us empathy, and it allows us to go out into the world and to help other people, and to be gentler and to be kinder, not boundaryless, ne? Okay, but it helps us to be kinder and more compassionate, and it can become our greatest gift. Our greatest woundings can become our greatest gift if we let it. Okay, so this looks like quite a big deal here in the beginning of this week, is this alchemy of changing our stories and making them into something absolutely powerful. Awesome. Okay, let's see. What energetic weather do we have now for Friday and the weekend? What weather do we have? We have the Two of Pentacles. This is about being flexible, juggling, having a bit of fun, whistling while you work, right? Being flexible, going with the flow, okay? I love that energy. I'm also hearing the word freedom. Freedom, okay. Let's get some elaboration now from the wisdom of the Oracle for Friday and the weekend. We have the Fates. The Fates. Now, the Fates speaks about things that we cannot control, okay? So in other words, they're showing as we, okay, that makes sense. So this week, because this week feels so transformative, okay, it feels like we're letting go of one reality and we're stepping into a whole new reality based on our belief systems. Remember, we're shifting our belief systems in the middle of the week. We are alchemizing our stories from pain into power. So as we step into our power, we choose not to be victims any longer. We are choosing to be empowered. That puts us on the right path for us, and that aligns us with what is our greatest good, with what is fated to come into our realities, okay? Now, I want to read out the message of this card, because I absolutely love this card. Where is it? 17. It says, the Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And what we cannot change is what happened to us in the past. We cannot change that, okay? But what we can change is how we see it and what we choose to do with it. That we can change, and we need the wisdom to know the difference, okay? There are things in life that you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experience may be fated, preordained by spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. So it seems like this week is really potent so far, hugely transformative. Interesting. Okay, let's see. What guidance is here from the angels and ancestors? You just cannot make this shit up. Here we have the great teacher, which is Jesus. Learn from spiritual experiences. Wow. Let's read out the message of that card. Let's just let that sink in for a moment. Okay, it says, this card can represent a teacher in your life or the great teacher within. Either way, it shows that you've dedicated a lot of time and effort and energy to understanding yourself and the world. You are having spiritual experiences at this time and gaining a greater awareness of what you need to do in order to grow. There is a great chance that if you've been having any challenges recently, you've surmounted them and allowed them to be vehicles to lessons that are helping your spiritual connection. If you feel that you've received messages from heaven or the universe recently, this card is confirmation that these have indeed been holy experiences. Wow. Okay. Well, there you have it, guys. It seems like this is a huge week to transform, to get off the hamster wheel, ask ourselves, what on earth are we working so hard at? What are we expending so much energy on? Is that hard work and commitment serving the old story that we told ourselves? Or is our hard work and commitment now going to be challenged into our new story of the person we're now becoming? Make sense? Okay. Let's get some further elaboration now from the Gateway of Light activation. Let's see what our souls are up to this week. The hearing spirits say, have no fear. You're just changing. You're just growing. That's all. Okay, what guidance is here for us, please? This one. This one. Let's see. We have, for once, we don't have the Arcturian card. Okay. The first one says memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress, technology. Beautiful. Okay. Let's see. What does this card have to say? Memories of Atlantis. This card says... It says, you are being transported through a gateway to connect with ancient Atlantis. Know that by drawing this card today, you are receiving blessings from the Atlantean Council of Light, who are dedicated to the evolution of the soul. You are becoming aware of your gifts, and this is an exciting time, but also a time when the energies of your ego can become loud and obnoxious. Know that this gateway is appearing to remind you to stay aligned with the highest good and rooted in the energies of devotion. Then there can be a great coming together of the human and the spiritual, and you can live in a more evolved way. Beautiful. So this means, oh, no wonder this week is so intense. It's like we're going through a quickening this week. It's like an acceleration of our growth. It's an acceleration of us remembering why we are on this planet in the first place. And the reason we are here is to expand our consciousness. Okay? Orion activation. And through the expansion of our consciousness, we are also learning how to shift and manipulate energy. We are learning to be creators as our Creator originally intended for us to do. Okay, so we are learning, remembering how to be creators. Okay, now we have Orion activation, supernova, recreation, renewal, rebirthed by light. Hey, where's the camera? This side. Beautiful. Okay. Orion activation. This card says, all of your fears and setbacks are being stripped from your energy now. Now, that's what this is also. Orphaned. Okay? So this week, our stories, our woundings, our setbacks, our fears are going to become even louder so that they cannot be ignored. Okay? They're showing me, like using me as an example, what happens with me is something will trigger me. I'll be completely fine and something will trigger me and I'll go, woo! And I'll go into my original programming, my original wounding of, but this happened to me, and I'll go straight into victim, wound. Now, this week, as we feel wounded and triggered by whatever it is that we need to release in our lives, now we're going to go, oh, hold on, I'm feeling triggered. I don't like how this feels. And also, this trigger, that's not who I actually am. That this actually doesn't resonate with me anymore. I actually don't believe that belief anymore. For example, let's say your friend Susan has been really, really mean to you consistently. And you just keep taking it and accepting it and just dealing with it. And you're just like, okay, I'll just suck it up. Because the belief that you had was, well, that's all I deserve. You know, people have never really been nice to me in my life. So therefore, this is normal. Now, when Susan is horrible to you this week, I'm sorry for all the Susans out there, I'm just saying. But let's say Susan is really mean to you this week. You're going to go, actually, no, I don't deserve this. I'm not even feeling triggered anymore because I've realized this is oil and water. This just doesn't mix. And I've tried my utmost to fix this friendship or whatever, and it's just not working. So actually, I'm just going to vibrate right out of this reality because I'm not the same person I used to be anymore. Does it make, I hope that makes sense. Okay, where was I? Okay, so, sorry, let's start again. It says, all of your fears and setbacks are being stripped from your energy now. It is essential for your old way of being to fall away and for you to go through a process of renewal in order to move forward. The old stories of your life aren't yours to live out or live up to. You are far greater than these limiting experiences. The beings of Orion are surrounding you now, and they see you as one of them. Someone who has been born with the knowledge that they can live with great purpose and make a real difference to the world, whether on a global scale or in a particular corner of the planet. When you draw this card, you're being reminded that you have infinite potential. Wow, interesting. I say this every week, but it's like every week just gets more and more interesting as to how we are evolving and changing and how we are no longer victims of circumstance, that we have great power within all of us and we can shift and change our realities according to what we believe to be true. I'm curious to see who we become this week, just saying. So there you go, guys. I hope that helps. And thank you once again for being here. And thank you for liking and sharing and for commenting. And have an amazing week. Lots of love.